All right. What up, tubers? Yeah, it's Joel Powell, Jackhammer Mike. Another lame video. I'm gonna do something cool today. We're gonna figure out how we can pack this full of life-saving nutrition. Yeah, that's right. Enoch and I spent some time bagging some stuff. So I have rice, I have beans, I have soup, I have fruit. All this has got to go in here. And depending on how it stacks, it's going to depend on what you know, the complete contents in here. I'd like to have extra, say for instance like small cans of tuna I'd like to have in here. But we have to kind of plan this and see what it looks like loaded. So here's what I'm going to do. I have two kinds of soups. Some chicken, and this one's like got rotini, some others got rice, some others got some other stuff. This one here is beef pot roast, and then I think I have some yeah, a lot of beef pot roast, chicken rotini, and have like beef and vegetables, stuff like that. So I want to kind of have a variety, so we're not eating the same shit every day. And like I was saying on the last video, you want dark with dark. I got a lot of beans that leak. A lot of beans that leak. I'm really having a problem with that sealer, I'm gonna tell you. Oh, and that noise in the background is the Baofeng on scan. And when it scans and locks onto a station, there's three ways to program this. It can lock on, stay on for a minute or two, and then move on, or it just locks. And I have it just locking right now. When it hits a station, it stops. That way, if I've got my hands full and I can't just look at it real quick and write down what frequency it is, it's just going to stay there. And a lot of it is that. You get a lot of annoying noise, but sometimes you'll come across people talking. Hey. So what do I have? 1, 2. Alright, well that's really getting annoying. We'll cut that out for right now. Having a great time with the scanner, folks. I'm gonna be putting out another video that's gonna kind of relate to the Safe Space group, you know, Project Safe Space, and some of the cool things that we can do by having a ham radio, and one maybe in your group. You know, it would be really cool if you guys start getting into ham radio and start looking at what it's going to take to get your license. It costs $15 to take the test. The license is absolutely free. The study book I got was like $29, I think. It's spiral bound. There are some cheaper ones there. You don't even have to get a book. You can get it. You know, you could go online and just start taking practice tests and memorizing this stuff if you're so inclined. I mean, there's a lot of different ways to do it. I'm thinking about taking the test not next week because we're gonna go cash, but weekend after next. So in 2 weeks, I got 2 weeks to study, practice, and everything, and I'm gonna probably go and attempt to take my first test and see if I can pass it. If I can pass it, I'll have better luck using and learning my radio. I'm kind of a hands-on guy, so reading out of the book just doesn't do it for me. I'll get enough to pass the test, but I'd really rather have my hands on and start playing with the thing and start realizing what I can do. I found out yesterday that I can, not only is this VHF and UHF, and it receives and broadcasts on the 2 meter band and the 70 centimeter band. But you can get the sheriff's department on here. They have a repeater that you can hear their broadcast. They got a really cool one. I haven't linked up to it yet. I haven't got it programmed in here. But there's a cool, for Maricopa County, the county I live in, there is a air-to-ground radio that we can put in here. So say, for instance, you're out in the sticks and you're in Maricopa County, you can actually hear the sheriff's helicopter talking to the ground units, either like guiding them in or asking them for directions or who knows what, but you'll be able to hear the conversation. Where we go in our bug out area, I don't really want to tell you what county it's in. Suffice it to say, they have the same situation. So the way this is going to get programmed, and it makes a lot of sense, is that you're going to want, like on your first, this holds 127 or 128 channels in memory. Your first 20 or so you want as emergency services. From what I've been seeing, and the advice I got was on the first channel on this radio, you should put NOAA. So you've got the weather, and you can just hit number 1, boom, you're going to be able to hear the weather broadcast. And then after that, you do your police and fire, and you do your police in the areas that you're going to. If they have a police department, if they only have a sheriff's department, you plug in your sheriff's department. If they've got a cool ground to air one, put that in there. What else can you do? Put on here. Yeah, that's pretty much it as far as emergency service goes. I know some of the cities have and counties have emergency services radio. You might want to plug that in too, because I mean, any information that you can get is going to be to your benefit. So that's kind of the update on the Baofeng. Cool radio. That's a really cool radio. I've been driving around with it for the last couple of days, just listening to shit. And conversations are stupid because there's nothing to talk about right now, so people are just talking about stupid shit. But that's, it is what it is. It's what ham radio is all about. Talking about stupid shit. No, it's about just communicating and practicing and learning how to do it. I've heard a couple of what they call nets now, and I'll get into it more down the road here. We're going to have a multi-part series with this bad boy. So, getting back to the topic at hand, and my dog, Maxwell. Where are you? Attaboy. Good boy. You stay here. Hey, come here. You're alerting on something. Alright, so back to it. White, like chicken soup with that. I guess you could put that in beans if you had to. I mean, any food out there is going to be, good. And like I was telling people, and I forgot to notch all of these bags, so they have to get notched. You can, in our area, possibly rely on game, frogs, stuff like that, for survival food, so that you don't have to eat this. Yeah, if I got a rabbit, I'd like to have a rabbit mixed in with some rice, but just eat the rabbit. Don't eat your supplies if you can avoid it. These will last you indefinitely. A rabbit, you have to eat right away. Rattlesnake, you have to eat everything has to be eaten pretty quickly, or it's going to go bad, and the flies are going to get to it. So you want to eat game that you catch as quickly as possible. Yeah, that bad boy. Javelina. Damn straight. So, what else do we have? We've got some mandarin oranges that were all on sale. Peaches, or pears. Pears. What is this? This is still mandarin oranges. We got pineapple. We'll put some pineapple in here. So, as you can see, the can's kind of stacked. So, let's see what we can get in here. I'd like to have at least 10 days worth of food in here. So I figure a can a day, and This bag here, depending on how much we skimp, this could be 2 meals. You know, a cup of rice turns into 2 cups cooked. Cup of beans, I guess you could probably maybe say you get 2 cups out of it. I don't know. But we're gonna split these. This is 2 meals for 2 of us. 2 meals for 2 of us, supplemented with soup. So okay, so there's 2 cans there, 2 cans here. Let's see, 3, 4 pot roast, 4 of noodles, and then this is split pea, and I don't think contingency plan likes split pea soup. I do, but it does not necessary. I'd rather have something that mixes in with just rice and soup. So okay, I'm back. Alright, so here's beef. So that makes 5 cans, 5 cans. So there's 10 cans right there. There's 10 days. So let's get these together. Stack that one. Oh, can I get the lid on this? Because these are about, the cans right now are about 1 inch below the top of this thing. And it looks like it's gonna fit. I don't want to knock this on because once it's locked on, then it's a piece of shit to get off. I can just, you know, actually just do that. Now, I have a couple of different sized cans. This is like a tall one, about almost the same size as the soup. Same size as pineapple chunks. But I got some small ones. So let's say, for instance, a daily meal is going to consist of, you know, beans and rice or beans and a soup, and then vegetables or fruit. I do have vegetables in there too that we might throw in here. There's vegetables in the soup itself. So, you know, it's better than nothing. So let's say 10 days, we need 10 cans of fruit. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I see a problem, folks. There ain't no way to get all this in there. It just ain't gonna happen. I was afraid of that. Yeah, we're just gonna need more buckets, dudes. I'm telling you, that's a lot of stuff. All right, I also got like some camp towels, so you know we'll at least have something to wash our face, dry, you know, wash, sponge bath or whatever. Yeah, get your mind out of the gutter. Salt and pepper for seasoning. These are Strike Anywhere matches. I gotta seal these. They're not sealed, but they're going in there. This is for another bucket. These are for another bucket. And again, we've got ferro rods that are going in here. The matches will be used just like a last resort. Use a ferro rod first. Use a cotton ball. Use this kind of fire starter. In fact, listen, I got to throw one of these in there too. I think we're gonna have to have another can. I'm just gonna have another bucket. So this basically brings up this cache to 3 buckets now, because the other bucket's gonna have some food in it. It's gonna have this stuff in it. This is just all cans right here, and the other bucket's gonna have the same. We got to put more fruit in. You got to have the fruit, folks. Got to have the fruit. Vitamin C, it's critical out there. Especially in the summertime, you're going to be sweating your balls off. You've got to have something. There is no Gatorade out there. Gatorade, quite honestly, is nothing but water or sugar. Some more Pedialyte, I think, would not be bad in case somebody gets heat stroke. But I do have some heat stroke, some electrolytes, killer electrolytes. They're fantastic, and actually need to get a few more of those in case somebody gets heat stroke or heat exhaustion or whatever, and start getting dehydrated. How much does this bucket weigh? Probably 25-ish, 25 pounds maybe. Okay. So that's loaded. I got another bucket right here. That I don't have stuff in here yet, so there's more fruit. I kind of did a practice run with this thing. Can opener. No, it's not the John Wayne. Got plenty of those, but this is just getting thrown in to a bucket. In fact, it's going right there because of the fact that you've got an extra way to open it. What happens if you lose all your John Waynes? Use that one first, or whatever. Use John Wayne's first. I don't care. Medicine bottle. This is from TPC's stash, full of matches. There's a striker in here. These aren't Strike Anywhere matches, but they are matches nonetheless. The 1.5 liter cooking pot. Now, I haven't actually made rice for this yet. In fact, I'm going to go in and make a batch just to see how well this cooks up a cup of rice and see where we're at. You know, can we put a cup of rice in here and then add a can of soup? We're going to find out here shortly. Katadyn water filter, and then more cans. A couple measuring cups. This one's a 1 cup, so I know I'm for 1 cup of rice in here, 2 cups of water. Not sure why I've got these other than just to have them. They stack really well. Hey, look, another pack of matches. So, alright. This is more soup. I don't think I want to put more soup in here. And that's crazy too. You're like, dude, why don't you put as much soup as you can take? A couple of spoons. I'm like, it doesn't work like that, folks. There's this thing called size and weight constraints. You can only take so much. You know? Too long. So, we'll take our handy dandy bolt cutters and just snip the end of that. I need a little bit shorter. Perfect. You know, the thing about it is that you want, you know, cooking utensils so that you can, you know, make up your shit, stir it up. And using a knife or whatever. This is going into another bucket. I got a set of 4, 98 cents. It's good stuff. Go in the next supply. So, this, got this. Quite honestly, out there in the desert, especially in the summertime, I'd rather have fruit, quite honestly. I would totally rather have fruit. It's gonna be good for you. It's gonna taste good. It's gonna be warm. It ain't gonna be cold. But that's life in the big city. All right. I'm gonna put a couple more cans in there. Forgot how many cans I got in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, we got enough. We got enough. So, all right, 5 things of beans, 5 pounds. 5 pounds of rice. Try to stack them in a way that you can get as much in here in as tight of a spot as you can possibly get them in here. You know, stand them up, I think, is gonna work really well. Alright. 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright. So that's that. Okay, we gotta put the matches in, salt and pepper. Put a block of fire starter in there. TCP made some Vaseline cotton balls. Those are going in here. A couple of the washcloths. Actually, I want to get those off of the Vaseline cotton balls. This is kind of gross. The bag is slimy. Where's my pack of? This is Ziplocs. And a bag. There's Ziplocs out here. I don't know where they're at now. Ugh, this table is just a mess. The Katadyn water filter going in. I hate to do that. I'd rather have it on my pack, but that's a $70 deal. Alright, we'll just set it in there. Oh shit, I don't have this. Well, I can put that in the bucket. There's one more bucket that's gonna have all the traps and shit in it. That's gonna be like leftovers. So I think that's that on that one. So these two are kind of ready to go. When we double check them and all, they'll get the lid, and we're gonna have to pound the lid on with that. Can't forget to take this. This has to go in one of the buckets because this is, well, this will go on top of the buckets. It's plastic, it won't rust or rot, but it'll just set on top of the buckets. Everything is covered in plastic. When it gets put into the ground, cover in plastic. That's how I figure on doing it. I have an issue though. This is something, I'm gonna probably end up putting this in a bag. Okay, like a contractor's bag or something like that to protect it a little bit. This is wire, this is steel. If it's down in the ground, I wonder how long it would take the rust away. Which just makes, having a handle just makes it easier to transport. No handle on this bucket, and you're having to, you're gonna use 2 hands to carry it rather than 1. So that's an issue. If I get really industrial, I might take these off and just bag them somehow on their own so that they're protected. But I can also set this in a bag, roll it, twist it up and tie it in a knot and keep this fairly airtight, or not even airtight, but just keep the moisture off of it. I'm thinking, something's got to be done to protect these handles. Maybe wiping them down with Vaseline to keep them from rusting. That might be an idea, but then they're gonna, you set it in the ground and they're gonna have sand and dirt all over it. I don't know. I haven't thought that one through yet. So there's another question to think about when you're caching. And You know, our way is certainly not the only way. I know a lot of guys are burying PVC tubes and shit. That's cool. You know, whatever it takes. I'd really, you know, most of the time I'm seeing these guys just use Ziploc bags to put their shit in. They put it in the tube and bury it. And they're coming back a year later, 2 years later, whatever, unburying it, and everything is fine. Vacuum sealed, and these cans, they'll be more than safe. Also, when we bury these, you're going to get a piece of plastic over the top of this. I've got a bunch of heavy-duty contractor bags in my van, so I cut them up, set it on here, smash the lid down on it, and that hopefully will give it another seal. Okay, because these don't have any gaskets in it or nothing. This is just a regular old lid. Oh, you know what? It does have a gasket on it. Interesting. I didn't know it had a gasket. It's white, so you can't really see it, but yeah, it's got a gasket on it. Cool. It's an extra seal. Cool. I like that. These are a little more expensive. I got these over at Winco. I guess they're food grade. They're not just, you know, buckets that you go to Home Depot and get, which I'm going to do. Because I figure once I put the plastic over the top of it, it's going to be airtight or watertight, moisture proof, whatever. Maybe throw some silica in there, silica packets in there to keep the moisture out. All right, well, I think that's it. That over there, again, is going to get the ammo and stripper clips. We're getting rid of this shit. I gotta tell you, look at that video that Ninocker and I did. We're out here and we're looking at these bullets, and some of them are higher or lower or seated freaking weird in here. I don't trust this ammo. Everything that Sapper shot pretty much shot. He had one issue with a bullet that went and seated in the chamber, and whatever it was, it knocked the bullet into the shell casing. So I don't know what this is. It's BVAC on the label. I don't know what that is as far as who manufactured it. BVAC, it says made in USA. Small arms ammunition, 223, 55 grain. I think Sappers was saying something about these being reloads. Whether that's the case or not, I don't know. I don't give a crap where they came from. I just know that I'm looking at the way they're seated, and they vary. They're not reliable. So we're going to get rid of these and revac them. And I know TCP, he showed you guys these. With no notch. He kind of like burned me. Well, Ninocker did notch these things. I just didn't get around to notching that. So they are notched for the most part. Some of it is, some of it's not. I'll get lazy and I didn't notch some of this shit. But there's the notch right there. Can't tell if we're in focus. Yeah, we are. So, and I had him notch it in multiple spots, because if we're like in a firefight, but we have to have a bunch of ammo real quick, just tear. And in fact, you know what? I'm going to show you right now. Because I got to get rid of this shit anyway. We're not using this stuff. But having the notch, like right here is no notch, and you're not tearing that shit. I'm telling you, it ain't going to tear. But having the notch right there, ammo. So the notch makes all the difference in the world. Quick acquisition, so to speak. So, all right, Jibbers, that's it. I'm gonna go in and cook a thing of rice and see where we're at. I have a bag here that needs to be resealed, and I'm just gonna use it, take it, and go and cook up a cup of rice. So with that, I'm out.